Yes, students, we were talking about the circuit. Again, just I'll repeat this electric circuit. The electric circuit, it is a closed path which allows the current to pass through. It is a closed path, very, very important. It is a closed path. Now I am using this. I have drawn this diagram, student. Here it has made as a closed path. Is it clear, students? Now, so many important things we'll discuss in this diagram. First is the definition of the circuit. Now I have drawn the diagram and I use the sum of the components in the diagram. First is I use the battery as a source of energy. Battery or the cell, source of energy. First point. Now, second, I have used the bulb. This is for the input energy. This is to check whether my circuit is working or not. If the bulb is glowing, it means my circuit is correct and current is flowing through that. Now, third one is the ammeter. It is a device which is used to measure the current. The value of the current can be measured with the help of an ammeter. Now, question arises, students. Ammeter is always connected in the series of electric circuit. Why it is connected in the series of electric circuit? This is a very, very important question for your NTSC exam, for any of the competitive exam, this question is always being asked. Why the ammeter is always connected in the series of electric circuit? Now, answer, a very simple answer of this. The ammeter is always connected in the series of electric circuit due to its low resistance. So when we'll discuss the Ohm's law, that time I'll tell you what is the resistance and what is the low resistance, high resistance, and then resistance in the series or resistance in the parallel, how these resistance are being connected in, that we'll discuss in the, while I'll explain to you the Ohm's law. Now, students, here is a key or the plug or the switch. Now, the function of the key is to make the circuit close or open. Now, here I have shown the dot. This dot indicates that this key or the plug is closed. Now, student, this key is closed or switch is on position, that circuit is closed. It will allow the current to pass through. Open circuit. Second one is a closed circuit. I'll write down here open circuit and closed circuit. What is the difference between closed circuit and open circuit, students? The difference between closed circuit and open circuit is that circuit which does not allow call the open circuit and to this is the function, dear students. So this was about the circuits. The brief, I given you the brief idea. Now, student will solve this, your NCERT questions one by one, and further we'll continue with the your potential difference topics and this and potential difference. First, we will solve this numericals. NCERT questions. Now, page number 1. Question number 1 of your NCERT. Now, question number 1, I'll read it out. What does the electric circuit means? First question is what does an electric circuit mean? This is your first question. Already I have explained to you about the electric circuit. It is a closed path which allows the electric current to pass through. That's called the electric circuit. Is it clear, student? The answer of your first question number 1 of your NCERT. On page number, it is a 200. Now, question number 2, students. We discuss the question number 2. So, question number 2 is a define unit of current. Now, student, the SI unit of current, how we'll define? The 1 ampere of current is that current when 1 coulomb of charge passed through a conductor for 1 second. This is called 1 ampere of current. Is it clear, students? Question number 2. Now, question number 3. Calculate the number of electrons constituting the 1 coulomb of charge. Very, very important question, students. This question number 3 is a very, very important question. Generally, this question is being asked in a board exam and competitive exam also. Calculate the number of electrons in the 1 coulomb of charge. Now, students, you know that the charge on electrons, they are having negative charge, and proton, they are having positive charge. And that charge on electron, it is a 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb, and it is with the negative sign. And on the proton, it is a plus 1.6 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now, in the question, this is asked, calculate the number of electrons. Calculate the number of electrons in the 1 coulomb of charge. Now, here, students, the 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb of charge on 1 electron. 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb of charge on 1 electron, student. Now we have to calculate the 1 coulomb of charge. In 1 coulomb of charge, how many number of the electrons? Now, student, for 1 coulomb of charge, simply 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19. Now, this is the numerator, this is the denominator, student. You might have just studied in your math. This is the numerator, this is denominator. Once the powers are in the minus in the denominator, so when we'll further solve it, these power, so it will become positive. Now, next step is 1 divided by 1.6. Now, this 10 raised to power 19. Once it will be in the numerator. Here it is in the minus 19. When it will go in the numerator, it will become plus. Now, student, 1 into 10 raised to power 19 divided by 1.6. I can write down 10 raised to power 19 as a 10 into 10 raised to power 18 divided by 1.6. I want to remove this decimal, students, and I'll put this 10 here. Is it clear, students? Again, I write down here. Now, we have reached up to 1 coulomb of charge is equal to, that is a 10 into 10 raised to power 18 divided by 16 by 10. Is it clear, student? So whatever we have here, so same thing I have written here. Now, student, 10 into 10 raised to power 18. Now, this 10 will also 10 into 10 multiply with the 10 raised to power 18 divided by 16. Now, I will solve it. 2 5 ja 10, 2 8 ja 16, 2 5 ja 10, 2 4 ja 8. 5 and 5, student, it is a 25 by 4 multiply with the 10 raised to power 18. Now, student, if I will solve this 25 by 4, 20 by 4, if I will solve, it will just, the value will be 6.25. Is it clear, student? If I will solve this 25 by 4, so I'll get 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons will be your answers of this question number 3 of your NCERT, because in this question it was asked, calculate the number of electron in the 1 coulomb of charge, students. What we have done it, that first you should write down the charge on 1 electron. It is the 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Now, student, in 1 coulomb, 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to power 19. Further than 10 raised to power minus 19, it will go in the numerator. The power will become as a positive. Now, student, so after solving this and 1.6, already we are converted into that, we have removed the decimals. So 16 by 10. Further, we have solved it, and it is a 25 by 4 into 10 raised to power 18. And further, if we'll next step will be 25 by 4 it is a 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 is the electrons, number of electrons present in the 1 coulomb of charge. This is clear, students. Very, very important question for your competitive exam, especially for NTSC, Olympiads, and for your board exam. Very, very important question. Question number 3. Is it clear, student? Any doubt? So I'll take the doubts in the I mean, when I'll just few minutes before ending the meetings, I'll take your doubts also. So if you want to note down, please you can note down. Further, we'll continue with the potential. What is the potential and potential difference? You can. Next. Hello. Yes, students. So next topic is again that's because all the topic are very important. Especially this lesson is also very important. Reason because already when I started this lesson, student, in my previous lecture already I given the brief idea about electricity. The village, town, or the district, or the state, or the country, they will progress where they will have the 24/7 electricity. 24/7. 24/7. If they are having the electricity 24/7, if the electricity is available, that time that village, town, district, state, country, even though that they will progress. Reason because totally we are dependent on the electricity. There are so many resources, so many electrical appliances, they required electricity nowadays. Because I'll take the example of a mobile phone. If I want to charge a mobile phone, I require a source of electricity. If there's no electricity, definitely in my previous class, one of the students asked, sir, I will use my power bank. But to charge the power bank, that also I require the electricity. If I want to run the fan, that time I also required electricity. If I run the tube lights, that time I require the electricity. If I run the TV or refrigerator or air conditioner, mixer, grinder, laptop, any of the appliances, washing machine, that time also I required electricity. It means without electricity, I'll be handicapped. So my life will be zero. Without electricity, we will not able to survive. Now, because so many things, they will, because they will run only with the help of the electricity, because electricity is the energy which is required to run these so many electrical appliances. For example, that industries, there will be no work in the industry because machinery will not be run if there is no electricity. If I run the tube wells, so that time they will not. I want to run the motors, fans, any of the so many maximum means all the items, they are totally dependent. They are all the appliances required electric energy. So student, now next topic is electric potential. Student, electric potential. Electric potential and potential difference. Electric potential is the amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge. The amount of work done in bringing the unit positive. For example, I got positive charge and I want to bring it here from this place to, I have to do some work. It is the amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one point to another, from this point to one point to another point. Amount of work done. Yes, student, amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one point to another point. This is called the potential. This is called the potential. I have not used the word potential. Difference. Difference mean whenever there's a difference in the potential. For example, here it is a 1.5 volt. I have started, I'll take the example of the dry cell. I'll take the example for this dry cell, students. This is I drawn the diagram of your dry cell, which is used in your battery or the say clock and all. This is a dry cell. Here it is written as a 1.5 volt. Now students, to travel this charge from here to here, how much work is being done. So this is called the potential. And the difference between these 2 points, from point A to B, what is the difference in the potential between the 2 points? That is called the potential difference. So the formula of this potential difference, or the first definition of the potential difference or potential, is a amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one point another point to another point. That is called the potential. Means the V is equal to W by Q. Here W is a work done and Q is a charge. Here I am using the word unit positive charge. Unit means one. Is it clear, students? When 1 coulomb of charge, if I'll put the value of charge, unit means 1. It means V is equal to W by 1 is equal to W. Now directly I can say the potential is the amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one point to another point. This is the definition of the potential. And for the definition of the potential difference, now the difference in the 2 points in the potential difference, that is called the potential difference. When I want to bring the unit positive charge from one point to another point, say that point, the potential difference is 1.5 volt, and the initial point it is 0. The final point 1.5 volt minus 0 is equal to 1.5 volt. This is the potential difference, students. So definition, now it is the amount of work done in bringing the unit positive charge from one point to another point. That's called potential difference. That's the potential, and the difference in the between the 2 points, that's called the potential difference. Now student, very, very important question. What will be the SI unit of potential difference? And potential difference is measured with the help of which instrument? And that instrument, either it is connected in the series or parallel in the circuit. This is another great question. So I'll discuss all these questions. Now first is the SI unit of potential. The different potential difference, it is the SI unit, it is a volt. How I'll define 1 volt of potential difference? If the work done is a 1 joule and charge is a 1 coulomb, means 1 joule of work is done when 1 coulomb of charge passes through a conductor. That potential difference is called 1 volt, and potential difference is measured with the help of a voltmeter. And very, very important question, which just I am going to discuss with you. The voltmeter is a device which is used to measure the potential difference. And question is, voltmeter is always connected in the parallel of a circuit. Why? Very, very important question. It is a star mark questions. All the competitive exam, either that, where the ammeter is connected in the series, and why the voltmeter is connected in the parallel of electric circuit. Very, very important question. Now, first, already I have given the answer of first question, ammeter. Now, a voltmeter is why it is connected in the parallel of electric circuit. Students, the voltmeter is connected, very simple answer. The voltmeter is connected in the parallel of a circuit due to its high resistance. Ammeter is having low resistance, it is always connected in series, and voltmeter is having high resistance, it is always connected in the parallel. So these are both the two questions are very, very important. Generally, these questions are being asked in your competitive exams, Science Olympiad, NTSC board exams. Is it clear, students? Now, if you are having any doubt, please you can ask. Or hello, students. Now, when we are discussing about the current, so I would like to tell you these are the two types of current. One is a conventional current, another one is the electronic current. What is the conventional current, student? The current which is flowing outside the circuit, that is called the conventional current. And conventional current always flows from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, students, outside the circuit. And for in the inside of the circuit, from negative terminal to the positive terminal, that electronic current flows. Clear, student? Now, if you are having any questions, please you can ask, and you have to solve this all the NCERT questions which are on the page number here. They are the page number 202. So all the NCERT questions you have to write down in your notebooks. Now, one numerical, just I'll tell you. It is based on this formula. So first formula was I is equal to Q by T. Second is equal to V is equal to W by Q. Based on this second formula, this numerical is this. Now 12 volt. V, it is given as a 12 volt. Now we have to calculate the amount of work done when the charge of 2 coulomb, means W is equal to, it is given as a 2 coulomb. Now cross multiply, W is equal to 24 joules is your answer. Is it clear, students? So first question is that potential difference definition. Then second numericals, definition of 1 volt. Third is again, that's a numericals, you can solve it. So you can write down your NCERT question in your notebook. Now, if you are having any doubts, student, please you can ask to me.